Hi vinyl community, hi, I hope everybody is keeping really well. Back for another video. Yeah, this is something a bit different. Basically, we're in a transitional time of year. So obviously we've kind of going sort of late autumn now, going into winter. We're due some really cold weather. Sorry to be the harbinger of doom and gloom weather-wise, but yeah, I think the next few weeks winter will be upon us. But for the moment, the weather is beautiful. We've got a lovely weather from certainly here in the Midlands in the UK. A lovely autumnal day, blue sky, sun. I've got like plants in the garden. Deciduous plants like acers turning red, russet, different colours. The trees are all different colours. It's a wonderful time of year, especially when you get the weather. And I guess that brings neatly onto the subject of the video. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people have done, I've seen over the years, have done theme videos on seasonal music, particularly autumnal music, which tends to, the obvious candidates is folk music in particular. Folk tends to evoke those kind of autumnal vibes and atmospheres, particularly artists like Nick Drake, but then obviously you've got your Sandy Denny's, Fairport Convention. Yeah, you could just go on and on. With the different artists. As I say, a lot of those have been shown. But what I'm actually going to show today is none of those artists. I'm going to show some records from a record label that, in my opinion, doesn't get featured enough. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do a video on this record label at all. They're pretty readily available, even here in the UK, even though it was originally an American label. They're usually fairly inexpensive to pick up. Most of the titles are easy to come by, or certainly from record fairs and so on, where I've picked up a lot of these, some of them from Ben's as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this label. But the reason I was showing it really is just the fact that a lot of the music is very seasonal. It evokes sort of, it has a very kind of soporific, mellow kind of vibe that is particularly evocative of various times of the year, not least the season that we're in now, which of course autumn, or moving into late autumn, I guess it is now. But yeah, so I just thought I'd show a few records. Some of these may be of interest to some of you out there. Some of you may already have them. As I say, none of them are particularly scarce or rare, but I just find this music very soothing, soporific. I find it very calming. It's probably one of the reasons why some people who I've talked to don't like it. I think they find it a bit bland, a bit insipid almost, which I think is dreadfully unfair, really, because I think some of the artists are just incredible musicians, and just very creative artists. Okay, so the first one, this is the founder of the label himself. This is William Ackerman, and this is his album It Takes a Year. This is from 1977. So yeah, a wonderful autumnal picture there. And the tree with its leaves turning that lovely red autumnal colour. And yeah, this is a beautiful record, mainly guitar solo, wonderful picking. He has a very distinctive style. does William Ackerman. He also produces quite a lot of the other artists on the label as well. So that's William Ackerman. And then there's probably one of the most famous or best known, best loved artists on the label is this guy. This is George Winston, who was sadly lost fairly recently. Amazing pianist, but also played the guitar as well. Just incredible musician. This was the first one he recorded for the label. This is Autumn. The sky is very much actually how it looks out there today. Beautiful blue sky, a bit of a chill in the air, but still, and just those autumnal colours as everything starts to die and go back and be regenerated for the following year. It's a lovely piano solo, but just, yeah, if ever music was evocative of a particular season, I think this is as good as any, really, to be honest. It's wonderful. Okay, and then transitional album, Winter into Spring. George Winston again. Lovely photography on these as well. And then probably his the one that a lot of people play at Christmas, certainly I do. This is December. This was the first Windham Hill title I ever owned, and still one of my favourites. This is just beautiful. It's just got reworkings of classical pieces, beautiful adaptation of the Holly and the Ivy, which is a real highlight. Thanksgiving, beautiful. And just, yeah, there's this, you get a real sense of bleakness, but just beauty as well, that you get from the winter and sort of Christmas period, when you sort of up to the longest date. And yeah, and there's obviously some samplers here as well. I mean, you've got artists like George Winston, say Alex de Grassi, who was William Ackerman's cousin. He also was quite prolific on this label. Was an artist in his own right. Quite a few albums, of which I have a handful of them. Mark Isham, who does a lot of film music and music for television and so on. And then Shadow Fax, and the amazing Michael Hedges, who we also lost quite a few years ago now. Just one of the most amazing guitar players. If you, yeah, I think David Crosby was quoted as saying he thought he was one of the best guitarists he'd ever heard. Fantastic. And this is definitely one of his best. Saw him actually live, supporting Suzanne Vega. And for me, he just, I mean, Suzanne Vega was good, but he just blew off the stage playing a harp guitar, and just like the tunings, and just mind-blowing. Absolutely incredible artist. Mark Isham. This is his album Film Music, as the wonderful music from the Mel Gibson film. This is Safel. It's a really nice one. This was kindly sent to me by Pete at Sounds from the West Coast a little while back. Really, really nice album. This one has Michael Hedges playing on it as well. So yeah, just a little bit of quite a quick one, just a bit of a run through of, got off topic a little bit in terms of the seasons, but yeah, just showing some of my Windham Hill records. Yeah, if you don't own any, if you're at a record fair or at your local independent, if you see them, you know, pick them up. You know, if you're into instrumental music, you know, do yourselves a favour, give them a try. You know, I think they're a really enjoyable listening experience. So cheers, guys. Quite a quick one. I hope you're all doing well. I will be doing a finds video relatively soon. I haven't been buying much recently, so I don't have much to show. So I'm obviously just building it up. But when I have sufficient, hopefully I'll do that over the next week or so. So yeah, in the meantime, I hope you stay well. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and have a great week, and I'll speak with you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.